Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Musalia Mudavadi, the ANC party leader, is very bitter, and Musalia Mudavadi is very angry. Mudavadi is bitter with Francis Atwoli for organizing the Bukhungu Stadium meeting, which was graced by Raila Odinga. During that meeting, a new Luhya spokesperson, Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, was appointed, and Raila Odinga was chosen as the preferred presidential candidate for the Luhya nation. And because of those developments, Musalia Mudavadi is very bitter and has launched an attack on both Francis Atwoli, Raila Odinga, and Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. I want to play for you a short clip of Musalia Mudavadi's allies launching scathing attacks on Francis Atwoli, Bukhungu Stadium meeting, and Raila Odinga. And then after listening to that clip, I want to dissect the clip, why Musalia Mudavadi should stop wasting people's time. Listen in briefly.
As a party, we were appalled by resolutions purportedly orchestrated by the so-called Luhya Council of Elders under the patronage of Mr. Francis Atwoli, the Secretary General of COTU. The said resolutions are null and void insofar as they seek to usurp the legitimate and democratic right of the electorate to freely choose whoever they prefer for the various seats in 2022. Even more laughable and absurd is an attempt to impose Raila as the region's preferred presidential candidate, a resolution that is not only wishful thinking, undemocratic and outrageous, but also delusional and misguided on the part of Atwoli and his ilk, to the extent that it ignores the fact that a presidential race in Kenya is inherently competitive nationally, and that of 22 will be no different. No power on earth should be allowed to dictate such political direction to a free people with a right to decide on their own on electoral matters. Thus, the Atwoli-led coterie of elders should be dismissed with contempt and made aware that its attempts are illegitimate and bound to fail. The elders should also know that they lack the capacity and the wherewithal, let alone the political will, to enforce such a monumental decisions. Instead, the ANC advises Atwoli and Oparanya to demonstrate individual courage and political prowess by competing for the ODM presidential ticket rather than to kowtow and hero worship Raila and exhibit such a political cowardice like they are lesser men. We urge Atwoli and Oparanya to desist from undermining Musalia Mudavadi in his own backyard and behaving like errand boys on a mission to impress their political master for selfish ends.
Now, that is ANC party leaders of allies, the officials of ANC party. The statement was read by none other than my friend, Professor Amukowa Anangwe, a former cabinet minister. And personally, I don't understand why he agreed to read such kind of a statement. Now, let us look at why Musalia Mudavadi is bitter based on the statement which you've just watched. I'm going to pick 4 points from that statement, why he's bitter, and try and figure out what Musalia Mudavadi ought to have done. Therefore, let me just briefly break them down. The first reason why he's bitter is because the elders endorsed Raila Odinga. The second reason why he's bitter is because Raila Odinga was made the Luhya nation's preferred presidential candidate. The third reason why he's bitter, according to that statement, is because his allies defected from his party and joined Raila Odinga. And the fourth reason why he's bitter is because Oparanya was appointed as the new Luhya spokesperson, and therefore he's undermining Musalia Mudavadi. Do you think Musalia Mudavadi ought to be angry with those for those 4 reasons? Let me begin by the elders' endorsement. If I were Musalia Mudavadi, I would not behave like a jilted lover. Musalia Mudavadi was officially endorsed as the Luhya spokesperson in 2017 at the same stadium, Bukhungu Stadium. Musalia Mudavadi then decided to chart his own political path. So the mere fact that a new Bukhungu Stadium meeting took place and the elders endorsed Raila Odinga should not worry Musalia Mudavadi if he was a serious candidate. Musalia Mudavadi has the ability, the capacity to organize another group of council of elders to endorse him. He can even organize it anywhere in the larger Western Kenya, not necessarily in Bukhungu. But Musalia Mudavadi can organize parallel council of elders meeting. Even if the entire council of elders, Luhya council of elders are supporting Atwoli and Raila, he can create a parallel council of elders. If Musalia Mudavadi cannot do that, then Musalia Mudavadi doesn't have any reason whatsoever why he should claim to be the Luhya leader. A Luhya leader by now, if Musalia Mudavadi was the true Luhya leader, there was no way the Council of Elders would have endorsed Raila Odinga. Even if they were to endorse Raila Odinga, they would have been a splinter group. And because there was nothing like that, Musalia Mudavadi ought to shut up. Otherwise, he has the ability, the opportunity, and the capacity to organize Council of Elders from the villages if he's serious, ferry all of them to even Nairobi, and have the Luhya Council of Elders endorse him instead of making noise. So I don't think Musalia Mudavadi should be angry that Luhya elders endorsed Raila Odinga. Take, for example, the Kikuyu Council of Elders. The Kikuyu Council of Elders are split. There are those who are supporting Ruto, there are those who are supporting Raila. Why? Because Ruto managed to win the support of the Kikuyu Council of Elders much earlier. So what President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga have done is that they've created a splinter group. And that splinter group is the one which endorsed Raila Odinga for the presidency. That's how politics is played. You come to Nyanza. In Nyanza, the late Riaga and Otondi, well, Otondi was basically a splinter group because Riaga was taking a different political direction. So Raila Odinga had to create a new council of elders which took control of the leadership, and then that council of elders is the one which is now listening to him. That's how politics is played. That's how you become a leader of a region. Number two, Musalia Mudavadi is also unhappy that Raila Odinga was mentioned or was officially declared as the preferred presidential candidate from the Luhya nation. For the Luhya nation. Again, why should Musalia Mudavadi have a problem with that? You know, in politics, actions speaks louder than words. What is Musalia Mudavadi doing for his bid? For his 2022 presidential bid? What is he doing as we speak now? What is Musalia Mudavadi doing? From 25th up to now, you can't count or you can't account for any political activity which Musalia Mudavadi has engaged himself in. Take Ruto, for example. How many times has Ruto been in Western Kenya from 25th only? Take about Raila Odinga. Even if not Western Kenya alone, how many times have we seen Raila Odinga traversing this country, even during this festive season? Personally, I was shocked that Raila Odinga flew from Kakamega to Kilifi. Yeah? I felt bad because Raila at his age. But Musalia Mudavadi, where was he? Where has he been? The other day, I just saw him read some New Year message to Kenyans, as if Kenyans are interested in those. Musalia Mudavadi, if he wants to become the preferred presidential candidate, must get out of his hiding place, go to the ground, hit the ground, convince the people and the voters in the larger Western Kenya that is the preferred candidate. He won't even need to convince them. They will just see. But now we are in a situation where Musalia Mudavadi wants to to be made the preferred presidential candidate when he's actually doing nothing about it. He should stop. The young people from Luhya Nation must take the destiny of that nation in their own hands. Musalia Mudavadi cannot carry the aspirations of the people of the larger Western Kenya region based on the way he is operating. I've always opined on this platform severally that Musalia Mudavadi is making it very difficult for anybody to make him the president. President Uhuru Kenyatta would have easily made Musalia Mudavadi the president. But how is Musalia Mudavadi behaving? He's not making himself a preferred presidential candidate. He's actually collapsed One Kenya Lands movement as we speak. Number 3, he's also unhappy that Atwoli and Raila engineered massive defections from his party. Politics is a game of interest. The truth of the matter is that majority of those who defected from ANC to ODM party were originally in ODM party. What happened in the last election is that most of them were actually shortchanged. And the ground is telling them that the best party in Kakamega is ODM. That's what the ground is telling them. So they have no option because Musalia Mudavadi is not making any effort whatsoever. So these guys, because politics is about interest, they're also just looking at their personal interest. Musalia Mudavadi cannot force them in ANC when ANC is not doing anything to convince them why they should remain in that particular party. Yeah, so Musalia Mudavadi should be worried. Take for example Ayub Savula. Ayub Savula has been in with Musalia Mudavadi through thick and thin. Then Musalia Mudavadi now listens to Cleophas Malala more than Ayub Savula. What would you do as Ayub Savula? It clearly means that in a contest between Savula and Malala, Malala is going to win. And Savula will not take it lightly. And Savula is seeing an opportunity in ODM party. Because in ODM party, they don't have, as we speak now, a serious gubernatorial candidate. The candidate who is going to run on ODM ticket, Fernando Mbaraza, is still a civil servant, so he can't do much. But Savula is seeing an opportunity that he can come to ODM, grab that opportunity, run away with it. Even if that will not favor him, then he can come to ODM and run as a Senate. So he's doing that. Politics is about interest. So why should Musalia Mudavadi feel offended? When it's his own mistakes, he ought to have figured out how he was going to manage the two gentlemen, Malala and Savula, in his own political party. And lastly, Musalia Mudavadi is also very angry that Atwoli and the group appointed Oparanya as the new Luhya spokesperson, and that move is undermining Musalia Mudavadi in his own backyard. Now, which begs the question, where is Musalia Mudavadi stand as far as the Luhya politics is concerned? Is he going to run for the presidency? Is he with Ruto? Is he with Raila? Because the truth of the matter is that the politics in this country is shaping into a two-horse race. Musalia Mudavadi would have provided a better third force, and that third force was going to be very strong. But Musalia Mudavadi, in his own nature, is doing nothing. So he can't claim to be being undermined. He should make a choice to be either with Ruto so that he can be considered for a running mate. Then that would, you'll say that is serving the interests of the Luhya nation, and then these guys are undermining him. Or he can come to ODM party and then push to be a running mate. Then he can claim that Oparanya and Atwoli are working against him. But that's not the case. The truth of the matter is that Musalia Mudavadi is in a comfort zone. He believes wherever he is that is a safe pair of hands, and therefore everything should be worked on with him in the plans. That has never happened anywhere in the world and in politics. Musalia Mudavadi must, as a matter of urgency, do three things. The first thing Musalia Mudavadi must do is that he must declare his stand. Whether he's going to run for the presidency, whether he's going to support Raila, or whether he's going to support Ruto. He must do that. The second thing he must do, he must get off the comfort zone and go out there and start persuading Kenyans that he is the best option. Telling people, talking about economy is not the end. You must convince people why they should vote for you. If it's economy, you must go to those people. Musalia Mudavadi, I'd be glad to see Musalia Mudavadi in Nyakach, for example, explaining to the people of Nyakach why he is the best for the country. He must go to Rift Valley. He must get out of his comfort zone. And number 3, Musalia Mudavadi should stop crying like a baby. The mere fact that he's crying probably is what these other guys wanted, and they've achieved it. What will it do? Nothing. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. It's the second day of the month, and I'm actually heading to church, though this video will be posted after I come from church, but I've done it around 10. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.